again. Today we're going to do an altered box. This is a nice hexagon box that comes from Crafty Embleys. You can see that's the lid. I do need to get hinges to put so the lid picks up okay. All I've done with it is using Victorian Velvet Distress Ink by Tin House, and just basically covered it like that using a piece of tissue or cotton wool or a rag. Just move it about so it's just got a bit of a colour to it. It doesn't need to be perfect because that's what distressing is all about, is that you make it to your own liking, or in my case the person you're doing it for. And this will be for my daughter's birthday, which is just after Christmas Day. And we chose this to do because she actually fell in love with this one, which I made for myself. But it did take me a few days to work out exactly what I wanted it to look like. But the finished result is really good. And when I do the pages inside, I will do a tutorial on them, so people get to see what the bits are like and how we do it all. You don't need to do the bottom of the box. Just add a bit of colour so it isn't so plain and boring. And I need to get a decent glue holder, gun holder, because my glue keeps going everywhere. Set it there like before, and hopefully it'll not run quite so much. So there we go, that is how the box has been given a bit of colour. Now we're going to do the lid. I have a piece of the same fabric I used on my book, and this is made by, or basically I got this, it was a wrap that I bought when I was in Cuba quite some years ago, and as I've not had a chance to wear most of them and they're all quite lacy like this, I thought make something out of them, and that way they don't go to waste. So we have all the pieces that we want to put on to the top, so I will show you the bits and pieces and where we got them from as we go. Do the first edge with a bit of glue, because I want to try and keep this bit pretty straight, but also would like to put this bit in just so it's got something to hold on to. You can scrunch it up a little bit so it doesn't look, I'm not after a clean look, it's to have that sort of old sort of look to it. So basically just pop the glue as you go in, and how you want things to sit and lay. As you can see, I'm sort of just screwing it up as I go. Still getting burnt by the glue gun. You pop it down any way you feel what's nice about the Shabby Chic is it doesn't matter where things go. You don't have to have a uniform of ways to do things. It's sort of just as your way you think, how you think, oh, that'll look nice like this and that and so on. Nice to sort of keep glues going here, there and everywhere. Now I've got string everywhere. Sorry about that. Put that back in there for a minute and get some of this glue off myself. Right, so we've sort of put the fabric all scrunched, and there's no sort of exact about it. So you know, you don't want perfection, you want what looks good. This is a stick pin that I bought off of Jennings 644, and her YouTube is Life's no, I've forgotten it now. I'll put it at the bottom of the video, but she also showed us how to make these designs of using a bit of lace and feathers and flower, so it takes a regular stick pin and makes something else. You know, it makes a really lovely piece of art. So I only want a tiny bit of glue here, and you need to pop this one up just so it holds, and then the same here. You push the ribbon up, and on the back you can add just a little bit of glue at the bottom of the ribbon or lace. And then you can add your beads at the base, if I can see. And you pop that so it hits the glue, which then keeps it nice and tight. I should have gone back to the other gun. You have a little bit less strings. These beads look a bit like an angel, the way they go. So it does give that sort of an angel with the ribbon being like wings. To finish this little tiny bead, which has a very tiny hole. There we go. You push that up, make sure, yeah, it's round the right way. And there we have a nice little decorative stick pin. Okay, there's something. Oh. Hi, today we're going to do alter a jar. For one of the challenges on Facebook, our daily challenge at Crafty Mess is different every day, so today is alter a jar. I've already painted this one because it takes a bit of time to dry, but I'll show you quickly just how I got the effect. I used a acrylic paint, it's a plaid one, and it's a glaze, and basically just dabbed all the way over the jar and you get a nice effect. And you can paint it straight if you wish. Right, now we're going to decorate it with a few bits and pieces I have. Once the heat gun is up and running, one of the things I'm going to do is add, when the glue gun's ready, add this bit of lace, just to give it a nice pattern with the peach coming through. The lace I got from a haberdashery store. Some of these little bits I managed to get when I was in Peterborough, and the pearls I got along with loads of decorative pieces from Fiona, which is Jennings 644. And this gorgeous little thing is one of the bird cages that is done by Judy, Crafty Embleys. And they get smaller, bigger, and with or without the birds. I'm not sure if I'm using that one yet. Heat gun's not quite ready. Yeah, this is off a pack of ribbon bits. I'm not quite sure. I got these when I was in Peterborough, but they come in different colours as well. These pieces, this bit, are from a box of fibres, it's called. So, which is what I have that on. There we go. Right. Put your glue on and position where you want the first piece to sit. And don't worry if it's all stringy, you can clear that up afterwards. It doesn't have to be neat. You can sort of scrunch it a little bit if you really want to. Be careful with the glue gun because it does get very, very, very hot. That's that bit done. Let's just tidy it up and make sure everything I'm covering this piece up anyway, so it's not too not much of a problem. Got it everywhere now. Right. You start where the seam is at the back, and once you've picked up what fibre you want to use, This is the first time I've done an altered jar properly. I've played with the idea now and again and never really sure what I'm after. But with this one it was a bit easier. And I've got the bits and pieces to do it. Move that one out of the way. Right. Around the front. So you can see I'm not decorating the base or anything like that, but I am the front. I'm gonna make that a little bit shorter. That's a bit better. You can use a tool if you can, instead of your fingers. Right. So the hot glue dries quite quick, so if you're doing things like this that move, the hot glue is quite useful to decorate as you're going, and don't worry too much about it sticking like you do with some glues. So you have to hold them for quite a while before they stick, which is okay if you're doing a flat surface. Burnt my finger. I'm just going to pick a couple of these little flowers on the lace and add these little diamond shaped little glass pieces. Hopefully you can see that on there. Hopefully you can see so far what I've done, and I'm just going to wrap some pearls around just to give it a nice finish. don't know if it needs anything else. I'll just have a look for some bits and I'll be back shortly. Right, we're back. I found a little tag and some letters. They're all supplied by craftyemblies.co.org, I think. I'll put a link at the bottom. So I thought it needed something, so I was thinking of a little tag, just saying what the book is, you know, what the jar's for or something. So I've decided to put a little tag on just saying mine. Great little thing you can put keepsakes in, or you can put things in to remind yourself of things. Anything you want, really. Hopefully I can thread this through the hole. Cut it off so it's not overly long. What's nice about these little wooden letters is that you can actually colour them in, so that way they stand out a little bit more. And I like the idea of that. It just makes it pop by having a little bit of colour on the letter. You could use other colours. At the moment I've just been using black on them. I use the gel pen as well because it's one of the easiest, finest for the ink coming out, so you don't go out the lines. Sorry about that. It does take a few minutes to colour them in. Yeah, if you do make the jar and do something similar, please let me see. Yeah, I enjoy when people do something similar to what I've done with my ideas. Right. So that needs glue. There you go. Also, you don't want the letters straight, so it's nice to do them random. There we go. Well, I hope you'll like it, and please do try something similar. Thank you. Right, sorry about that. It seems that my memory card on my camera was full. As I was saying, just pick out some few pieces that you like the look of and you think might go together and things like that, and just play, you know, with where things could go and how pretty they might look here, there. Just debating whether to put the flower in it or what. Yeah, actually I will. I'll put one of the little dinky ones in the middle. Using your hot glue, of course. There we go. I quite like the look of that, so we shall get some bits going and see what we can make and put together. But I think I will add some flowers or something around the edges just to finish it off. Actually, snip that one there, and then maybe put a piece this side. Also, with the bits you're adding, it will flatten the lacy bits a bit more, so it still has a nice top, but it isn't overly done. There we go. Let me just go and get some card candy. There we go, sorry about that. I think the cream might be the nice ones, and break up some of the colour. card candy you can get from Craft Works, I think they're called. But you can also buy it in other places now. And there we go, there we are. Just finishes it quite nicely. I need a tiny amount of glue for these. And the coloured candy is sticking to myself. There we go. You can also go with some fabric scissors and just tidy that up so it doesn't look as bad. Just get any little straggly bits so it's all tidy. Oh, I've got one. There we go. Yeah. So, there we go, all nicely finished, all tidied up nicely, and there you go, you have one sweet little jewellery box or anything basically you can put in there. It looked quite nice on a young lady's dressing table. Well, hopefully my daughter will enjoy it. Thank you again. Bye bye.